Hey there, how are you today? My name is Dana Demara, and you have landed on Astrocast. This is your full moon report for the full moon lunar eclipse happening in the sign of Pisces on September 7th at, wait for it, 11:11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Where's all my witchy friends? 11:11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. Yeah, this one you're not going to get away with not being a little bit woo-woo or witchy. Sorry, guys, it's not going to happen because it's a full moon lunar eclipse. It's in the sign of Pisces. Pisces knows everything. It's at 11:11. I mean, like, come on, right? So this moon is really about spiritual awareness. This moon is about, emotional surrender, like letting go. It's about karmic turning points, and I'll talk about that. Something I want to share with you, if you didn't already know this, part of the reason why we experience eclipses is because of where the nodes are placed. Okay, and so when I pull the screen up, I'm going to show you that on the map, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. But we have so much with this full moon lunar eclipse. It's really quite astounding. First of all, know that Saturn retrograde re-entered Pisces, which is a pretty big deal. North node is in the sign of Pisces, which is a pretty big deal. And then Uranus retrograde all at the same time. So I just want you to understand these things, because as I go through the chart, you'll see, hopefully you'll see. All right. Okay, so here is the North Node. The North Node's at the very bottom. You'll see it's at 18 degrees. The moon is at 15, and they're both just sitting there in the sign of Pisces. Now, if you follow that and you go up here, you're going to see the sun. And so that's why we have a full moon lunar eclipse, because the sun and the moon are opposite one another. This is the final sign of the zodiac wheel, right? So that usually carries, no matter what, it usually carries, dissolution, surrender, letting go, deeply spiritual energy. That's just the sign of Pisces. But because it's an eclipse, that means that things will dissolve quickly. They will happen without notification. You won't get like an email saying that things are going to change. It's just going to change. And that also coupled with Uranus going into retrograde and also Saturn moving back into Pisces. I mean, that's all a really big deal. So this is really going to, this moon is really going to ask you to inquiry into a deeper meaning about why you set certain boundaries that you have. What type of communication are you using, and is that working for you? It's going to invite you to trust the flow. Like if you are the type of person that needs everything to be in a perfect, organized manner, this is not going to be your favorite moon ever. This is going to be one of those moons that things will start to shift. And because the moon is coupled up with the North Node, that's what will create this eclipse. Now, there's a couple things that are really supportive with this full moon eclipse. One thing is that, a few things. One is that, see this blue triangle? It's actually beautiful energy here. So Saturn is sitting here, and it is actually sextiling Uranus, and that is trining Pluto, and that is also creating a sextile with Saturn. So those three planets are slow moving planets and all changed signs this last several months. But they're creating and they'll be in this position for quite a while, by the way, because they move so slow. This is really a beautiful angular energy that wants you to transform the way you think. It wants you to transform the way you set up your daily structure. It wants you to look a little bit deeper into the heart, right? And so that, think of that little blue triangle as an energy that's supporting you in your transformation. Now, when we ignore those signs, when we ignore those opportunities, when we push them aside, either because it's not the right time or we're afraid or something, right? That's when the eclipse energy comes in, and the eclipse is like, are you not listening to me? Okay, you're not listening. I'm going to hit the reset button and everything's going to shift for you. And then maybe you'll pay attention. It's just, it just happens every time. So I want you to be aware to maybe just pay attention to what's coming up in your life. And then the only other thing that I think is really important in this one of the things I think is really important is this energy between Jupiter over here and Mars over here, and it's creating a square. And so when we have this an energy of a square, especially with those two planets, you might feel really passionate about wanting to start something or being very excited about something, and you might just start saying yes to things. And my invitation is to use discernment, because with Mars and Jupiter in that type of angular relationship, you could get overwhelmed, and then you're left like exhausted, or maybe not really where you want to be. So just use your discernment. I think overall, every full moon, you guys, is about releasing and letting go and celebrating the wins, and, really cutting the losses and, starting over. But with this one, it really wants you to release the burdens you've been carrying of like yourself and other people. Normally the burdens we carry aren't even on they're not even ours, they're someone else's. And also, like, really remember, we're sitting in that Virgo energy. And so, what is keeping you from your most desirable aligned life. I know you do. I know you do. My clients do. I talk to them all the time and they tell me. But sometimes we cling, right? We're like, but this, but I need this. My invitation is, with this full moon, maybe just see what it would be like without this. Just a thought. All right. Well, if you haven't already gone to myastrocast.com, I would absolutely head on over there. I offer up a very simple little $11 a month portal. You can drop in there and get your personalized horoscope. You can get journal prompts for the week and rituals for the week. It's been super fun to do, and I'm getting a lot of good feedback, so thank you. Anyways, reach out to me regardless, myastrocast.com. Have a beautiful day. Mwah. Ciao.